there's been a new revelation in the world of Lego Super Mario. Okay. New sets have been revealed. Get this out of here. New sets have been revealed for this guy right over here. This guy right here. Very exciting stuff. There was a little bit of speculation on what could possibly happen for Mario in the future and into 2021. We now know exactly what is in store for January 2021. There are 6 sets on the docket. One of those sets being Wave 2 of the collectible buildable figure line. And I'll be going through each of the sets here and giving you my thoughts as the official Mario expert. And these slid into my DMs last night, and I was like, ooh, these are hot. Well, they're interesting on a wide variety of reasons. So let me just speak my piece here, if you'll allow me to, Joshua. You're on mute, but I can.
Yes, go for it.
Can I go? Is that okay?
Yes, go for it. I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
I'm glad someone is. All right, so this is the newest line of Lego Super Mario sets, releasing on January 1st, 2021, starting 2021 off a lot better than how 2020 started. We have set number 71380, the Master Your Adventure course. So this one is interesting. In case you did not see the press release for this, or like the like little videos they've come out with and whatnot, this set is interesting because not only do you get a newer warp pipe with this that makes your course 30 seconds long instead of 60, but there's also a block in here that you can customize to have it be whatever you want to. So that blue question mark block that you kind of see on the right-hand side with the blue rectangle there, it could be a time-related thing, an item-related thing, and that can be added into your course in whatever way you want it to. Now, with this, this set is $50. No, is it 50? I think it's 50. Yes, it is 50. So this is around the same sort of size value of the Guarded Fortress at 366 pieces. It comes with Larry Koopa, a Para Koopa, Bomb Omb, and a Goomba. So the Para Koopa build is ever so slightly different from the typical Koopa that we've seen in other sets before. This one comes in red, so that's cool. But all the other enemies, like the Goomba and the Bomb Omb, we've seen before. Larry is one of the Koopalings. We have not seen him in Lego form before. That is cool to see. Why they went with Larry of all the Koopalings, no idea, but he's there. So this definitely has the vibe of the starter course in terms of what you get and the functionality and whatnot. None of these sets come with Mario, so keep that in mind. I like the play functionality of this build. I think it's very interesting what they're doing with the customizable block. It can be whatever you want it to be in terms of adding to your course. I think this set should have been maybe $40 because $50, comparing it to what you get in the Guarded Fortress, it just seems like more stuff. But I don't have hands-on with the set yet, so I don't know for certain and how that's going to play into the actual levels that you'll be creating. I can confirm that I will be the one of Beyond the Brick correspondents to get these sets and do some content for y'all, so I'll get to have my thoughts on that hands-on relatively soon, probably by the end of the year, so that's exciting. I love that yellow warp pipe piece. I love that there is a Koopaling, but in terms of what all of this means for future sets, I'll talk about once we're all done with all of the sets here. So that's the first one. That's the largest of the wave. This one right here is a Chain Chomp Jungle Encounter 71381. Has a Chain Chomp, and man, I don't know the name of that enemy, but basically he like flip-flops, like kind of like stilts sort of a deal. The Chain Chomp is basically done in the same way that I would have assumed it would be based on how the Piranha plant looks. So very, jagged edges, but trying to get that sort of look in Lego form is going to be tough anyways because Chain Chomp is totally circular. So there's only so much you can do. Printing on the eyes there. I'm assuming printing on everything just like the initial Mario wave. So that's still good to see. I'll need confirmation from somebody in the comments or the chat if the the rubbery vine pieces attached to that other enemy are new or not, because that looks like it's directly out of the Mario games and it looks perfect for what it's supposed to be. You get a coin block behind Chain Chomp as well. But you know, a similar sort of vibe to how the piranha plants function. And this sort of set is based off of the poison levels that are in the Super Mario games, the new Super Mario games. So there you go. There's that set right there. So you're going to see a lot of purple platforms all throughout these sets here. This one's my personal favorite of the bunch, Wiggler's Poison Swamp. That poison platform and the way that Wiggler is on there looks fantastic. Comes with a Paracupa and a new printing for a Goomba right there. You get another invincibility block in case you don't have one from before. And this one goes for $40. It's 374 pieces. So this is what I mean comparing the value of the set with the pieces and what you get. This seems like for $40, you're getting a lot of stuff, a lot of surface area for your tables, and a lot of play value when it comes down to it. So you defeat the Wiggler by basically shaking around Mario, kind of twisting and turning him that way, which is not really how you defeat a Wiggler in the games, but for the sake of this, it's fine. And then the bridge actually unfurls, and the Goomba is there, and you defeat him. So that play functionality seems really, really cool, which this is $40. This has more pieces than the first Maker set that we saw in the very beginning. So why is this set 40, has more pieces? I'm thinking it has to do something with the play functionality with the first set and the development that went into it. But in terms of just looking at it on a surface level, this has more pieces for less money. So it's going to come down to how it factors in with play. But this is by far my favorite of the bunch because you get 3 awesome enemies and a lot of play area. The very bottom of the Wiggler there, those purple tiles there are the same pieces that come in the UCS Star Wars sets, the placards, except they're in purple. So if you wanted to have like a really flat purple, I don't know, whatever it is, that would be a really great piece for you to get over and over again. And just like in the Mario sets, you have that new 1x2, I don't know what you want to call the rounded pieces. There's a specific name for them, but they're all in purple. So purple Lego pieces, always appreciated by builders and collectors alike. So thumbs up for me on this set right here. Really like this, and Wiggler's a great enemy to add. The next set being Penguin Mario, which y'all know I love penguins, and this is exactly what I predicted for future Lego Super Mario sets when the kids were talking about rumors and whatnot. What could the $10 sets be? Would it be a Luigi suit set? And I said no, because Nintendo would not want to mix the suits that Mario would wear with Luigi, and these are exactly for Mario here. So the penguin suit functions like you just slide Mario across the table when you equip the suit, and yeah, it's not a suit that I particularly use in the Mario games very often. It's from New Super Mario Brothers Wii, but it is a very cool looking suit and kind of reaffirms my theory that all these sets are based off of that era of games rather than the 3D games, Sunshine, Odyssey, 64, etc. Further reinstated by the next of the suit sets, which is Tanooki Mario, one of the most iconic Mario suits of all time, from Super Mario Brothers 3 on the NES. And this functions just like it would in the game. He flies up, does the little like la, 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 and then he, gets a bunch of coins that way. This one should be fun to play with, and is in a similar vein to the propeller suit where he's flying upward, but this is a classic Mario outfit, so cool to see that in official Lego form as well. And then for the final bit here, there are the Mario character packs, Wave 2. You get Paragoomba, a Poison Mushroom, a Tiny Beetle. I forget the exact names of every single one of these, so forgive me. Fly Guy, you get Ninja, a Bone Goomba. The standout here is by far the Poison Mushroom, which is going to add to the play of the sets overall, considering a lot of the play of the newest series here is based off of poison. That Poison Mushroom is great. It probably deducts coins when you're playing your levels. The Thwimp is a really interesting enemy to put in here. Very excited to see that. And I really like Ninja. They are very cheeky from Super Mario Brothers 2, but it's cool to see them there. All of these enemies I definitely approve of. small Mario enemies, there's so many of them, and you could keep making wave after wave after wave of these sets here. So this is a good second wave. I would have loved to have seen something else besides maybe the Paragoomba in these sets here, but in this wave rather. But all of these enemies are unique for the most part. So this is a standard, a pretty good wave here. And there was one more set, Tim, that I don't know if it was on this page here. I don't know if Brickset has it. It's the Piranha Plant puzzling something. There was one more here. There should be one more here. I don't know if it was included. Not that one. No. So there's one more. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll be able to see it in the list. It's like in the list where they list off all the sets. Let's see, the Piranha Plant Puzzling Challenge. It's the third one down. Click, yeah, that bad boy right there. There are pictures of that as well. That's 267 pieces. It has not been released yet, obviously. But this one has a Spiny as well as 2 Piranha Plants, and this implements the red coins that are in Mario levels. So interesting play here, but there's a lot of Piranha Plant action in these Mario sets. So, how many more can you possibly get? We have, these 2 right here, the Piranha Plant Power Slide. There's a Piranha Plant in the Guarded Fortress. So seeing a lot of Piranha Plants in that sort of same build, but they're changing it in a variety of ways play-wise. So that's cool to see. That one, I believe, is $30. So if you watched my initial Mario reviews, you will have seen that the $20 sets, in my opinion, had a much more value to them play-wise than the $30 ones. So here's hoping that's not the case here with that Piranha puzzle thing, and it actually holds its value. So in terms of everything here, I opened up these official images from Lego, and I was like, okay, nothing is too surprising of everything that's here. Nothing has blown me away. Nothing caught me off guard. And this kind of reaffirms what I thought we would see from a direct wave after the initial wave of Mario. We weren't going to see Super Mario 64. They're not going to announce Legend of Zelda, blah, blah, blah. It was going to be more supplemental sets for Mario. And I think between the initial wave and what you have here, if you're looking at everything on the shelf at the Lego store or at Walmart or whatever, this is very, very complete in terms of what the new Super Mario Brothers franchise has to offer. You got Wiggler, the Soda Jungle, the poison areas. It's what it's called. Lots of variety, and they've kind of touched on everything that at least I would want them to touch on. Having the purple platforms is great, and that plays into the game. In terms of the suits, there's plenty more suits for them to do if they wanted to, but how much of that would be something people would want to buy and play with, I don't really know. I think the Penguin and Tanooki suits are 2 excellent, easy choices for them to implement, which, all of this was easy to add in terms of what should come next. None of these choices are, like, oh, that's surprising. The only thing that may be surprising is the Master Your Adventure Maker set, the very first one. In terms of the future of Lego Super Mario, the Nintendo partnership in general, this is the only thing that is concerning to me as a fan. And it's concerning because that's 1 Koopaling at the very top, right? There's 8 of them. So, or 7 or 8. So if they were to make every single Koopaling in this buildable style, that means there's going to be 7 more sets of this sort of play style with the various Koopalings. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't know. But if I were Nintendo, if I were Lego, I wouldn't make just 1 set with 1 random Koopaling and call it a day. They're going to have even more sets. So as much as I love this building style and I think it works for what it is, it's not what I want as an adult fan moving forward. Long term, this is not, something I'm going to play with all the time. And talking to people who, sell these Lego Mario sets, my, friends at the Lego store and whatnot, it's selling fairly well, and it's going well enough to justify its existence. But what I'm also hearing is that beyond the starter course, it's tough to sell what this theme is without having like a hands-on or demonstration or whatever. And because of the way things are in the world, you can't just bust out the set and say, hey, kid, play with it. All right, now go buy it. You can't do that. So selling this Mario right here is easy because it's Mario. And this could work with any future Lego Nintendo set. Like I said, kind of with the NES, if they came out with a SNES or a Peach's Castle and you put Mario in the very top and he plays like the Princess Peach's Secret Slide theme as a part of that whole, setup there, that's a great way to sell this Mario because he's supplemental to every single other mainstream UCS minifigure based whatever type of set. So this is an easy sell right here. Now, you didn't see Luigi in here. I could have told you that right from the get-go. And the thing is, you can't do Lego Super Mario without Luigi or Peach or Daisy or like any of these other characters that are like very iconic. Like you can't. Like you have to do it. So will they come out with a Luigi like this? I still maintain no. I think it's only going to be Mario throughout the entire thing. And they're like, because they're not going to do Peach in this style. If they're not going to do Luigi, then they should do Peach. But you can't have one without the other. Like if they did Luigi, they'd have to do Peach, in my eyes. And if they do Peach but no Luigi, like so it's kind of like thinking of it that way. So they either just stick with Mario or they keep going and going. I hope they stop here with just Mario. This is a complete wave. This is it, done. This is a body of work. Put a bow on it. It's over, done. When August comes around this year, which is probably when we'll see the next of the Mario stuff releasing in stores, you would see minifigure-based things. Because as well as this theme could ever do with the buildable characters and whatnot, it's not what's going to last long term. And just like with any sort of unique play opportunity with Lego, there's always going to be people that want something more, something different, something better. And I don't know if this could last for years like maybe Lego wants it to. The initial hype behind it for this year, going into Christmas 2020, it's going to sell like gangbusters. And then is there going to be interest lost going into 2021? I don't know. But this is a knock it out of the park. It's like this is some people say this is their favorite Lego set of all time. It came out this year, and Lego has been around for more than 50 years. So if they can make this, just imagine what they could make if they decided to move away from doing this sort of a thing and they went with more articulate play sets that had minifigures. And the potential is still there, both with Mario, Zelda, whatever, right? You need a Luigi's Mansion set. I wholeheartedly think that's going to show up, but you're not going to see it in this play style. You're not going to see it like this. You cannot do games like Sunshine, Odyssey, Luigi's Mansion, anything like that justice with this play style. And with the new Super Mario Brothers franchise, this sort of system works, but not for the other things. So I think Lego knows that. I think Nintendo knows that. I wholeheartedly believe it will be, it'll happen. I feel it in my bones. I know nothing. No one's told me anything. I have no inside scoop. If I did, I'd tell you, but I don't. So I just believe that's what's going to happen. When? I'd hope tomorrow, but that's not going to happen. So that's what I think. That's what I think for the future of it. That's my analysis on the set. And I'm excited to get my hands on the new sets, obviously, because it's new Lego Super Mario things. I'll be providing videos in whatever way, shape, or form I can and give you my opinions that way. But it's reaffirming kind of what I had thought from the get-go and what I could see going forward. So I wasn't surprised, but I wasn't disheartened by what I saw either.
Your knowledge is on such another level. I'm blown away. I don't know why anyone would listen to anyone else's commentary besides yours, Brian. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. What I really want, so thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like to think of it not just on a Lego product level, but also trying to get into the mind of how like Nintendo operates, how they've operated in the past, the decisions they've made with their brands and how they execute on them, And I think like something people who really care about the Lego Super Mario stuff, like the outfits thing, you might think, oh, that's a dumb reason why Nintendo wouldn't want Luigi, is because they don't want to put the Mario hat on Luigi. That is absolutely something they would do. They would not want this hat on a Luigi figure. It wouldn't, no, they would not allow that. So that's why I said you're not getting Luigi. And doing Peach like this, it'd be kind of weird. So they already did all the R&D into how this character talks, walks, like all the sound effects and everything like that. That costs time, that costs money, making a new mold for this. And it's either you just stay with Mario or you do a whole bunch of other characters too. And they could have done Bowser like this too. So I like to think of it just beyond what, like beyond the brick, beyond just what this is on a surface level. So hopefully it's something that gives you something to think about if you're watching this, instead of just looking at it for what it is. Look beyond it and get that brain going, you know, whatever it is you have going on in life. I just choose to focus on Lego Super Mario because it makes me happy. So I need that in 2020.
It saves everybody else so much time. When you compile all the information, you give your thoughts, then they don't have to worry themselves about it. Yeah. So it's great.
Instead of wasting the brain space thinking about this stuff, you can just worry about filing your taxes. It's great. Focus on the adult things, okay? Get your life in order. Let me do the thinking on this. Let me have the fun, okay?
I gotta say, love the penguin suit. Very appropriate because a year ago today, I was chilling with the penguins in Antarctica. So very cool on the penguin suit. No idea what game it's from. No idea what it does, but it looks cool.
New Super Mario Brothers Wii, he glides around and he gets a bunch of coins. It's blue. It's a blue penguin suit. I'm going to need 100 of them. So if anyone buys the penguin suit and they're like, I don't really like this, just send it to the P.O. box. I'll take any orphaned penguin suits.
With a boomer bill as well.
Yes.
Bullet bill, whatever it's called.
Yes. Bullet bill.
The other thing that I thought, you mentioned this actually right off the top with that first set. So there's a new pipe that says 30 seconds. I know when I was trying the sets out, when we did the Mario Championship and everything, I actually felt like it was a struggle to get through everything in a minute. So is that not going to be a problem to have only 30 seconds? Because I felt like, I mean, if you really want time to try out the different characters and go through an actual course, it seems like 30 seconds isn't nearly enough for that.
Well, the thing with the time limit in any of the levels is that you're designing a level based around your ability to complete it in a certain amount of time. So with the new things they're adding into these courses here, they're making sure that, you know, you can have an optimal amount of time to get coins and whatnot. So instead of like, you know, having these more articulate playthings that may take a little while longer, well, where can you hide this coin block to get a better score in a shorter amount of time? That's a bit of the challenge, like the speed running aspect of it, which you can see with the 30 seconds, because there's no reason to have a 30-second time limit to get, you like, the more time you have, the higher score you're ideally going to get, but that's a part of the challenge too. And maybe they wanted to have a gold warp pipe in there as well.
Kevin is fact-checking you.
Am I delusional, or at this point in 2020, or did Brian have an opposite opinion on the early summer? I remember him specifically saying we'll see every character from the universe guaranteed. So I said that you'll see I didn't say every character from the universe. I said a lot of the Mario Check
the tape.
What?
Check the tape.
check the tape. No, I think you'll see every character in terms of the new Super Mario Brothers style that people would want to see. So you got to see Wiggler, Paracoopa. You might see more of the Koopalings and whatnot. What I think you're referring to, Kevin, and I think you keep getting this misconstrued, as it were, is with the Nintendo characters in terms of like Super Smash Brothers and whatnot, if there were to be like a minifigure series and whatnot. And, you know, part of that is me sensationalizing it because that's what I want to see one day. But I don't think you're going to see every single character that is ever made by Nintendo. You just want to justify in your own mind, you know, Ness being there and Lucas and whatever from Mother series. And it's not going to happen, Kevin. Just get over yourself. Okay. It's not happening. But what's going to happen is you're going to see Link and Zelda because it's one of the most popular franchises of all time. It's the 35th anniversary for Zelda next year. We're probably getting Breath of the Wild 2 next year or the year afterward. It writes itself if Lego wanted to have those marketing beats on time with whatever because this year was the 35th anniversary of Mario, and boom, here you go. Here's all this stuff. So that is what I'm referring to with all the characters people would want. It just is unfortunate that you want characters not many other people want, but that's just me.
Oh, sorry, Kevin. I honestly can't keep track. We've talked about Mario so many times on these streams that I definitely cannot remember when Brian said what.
Yeah, no, you're not getting Earthbound. You're not getting maybe you'll get a Captain Falcon. I don't know. Like, but I fully believe you're going to see the mainstream characters that people want, and then they'll indulge beyond that. If we can get, here's the thing. Give me the close up here, John, if you could, real quick. If you can get 2, is it 2? 3? I lost track. Multiple series of DC minifigures that no one cares about. If you can get that, you could get Earthbound. So Lego, and that is one of the things that like sends me over the moon, is how we have so many Lego Batman and Lego DC things, but then Marvel's not the same way, Star Wars or Mario or other. It literally. So if we can get these random DC characters no one cares about and can sit on the shelves for 7 months and no one buys them, there's hope. I'm just saying.
Brian, it's because DC and Batman is cooler than all of those other things you listed.
That is entirely false. Entirely.
False. Batman beats all of them.
The Wonder Twins are nowhere near the caliber of any of these other characters. All right. No one cares. I would love to see the contract where it's like, hey, Lego, you're going to make more obscure DC characters in this minifigure. Like,
well, it's because of the Batman movie and all the right, and because
it wasn't that successful. Come on, let's not.
I mean, they wanted to tie it in.
Yeah, no, but they had their own DC minifigure line that came out last year, like, or this year. Who cares? This year, oh, whatever. Like, oh, just if you're gonna do like a minifigure series, should be a bunch of characters that, like, you know, really drive you to pick up all of them. And like, unless you're a diehard DC fan, you're not going to really care about a lot of those characters anyways.
No,
so,
that's true. There were a lot of obscure characters I never heard of.
Yeah. And like the Lego, as much as they love delving into all the secrets and all the, you know, inside little loops and whatnot, like they also got to appeal to a mainstream audience, which is why you see, that's why they went with the NES to start for like a big Mario set or the Hogwarts Castle or whatever. Like, if you went just all in on the obscure stuff now. So not for me. Not for me.